Hello and welcome. This is Alchemist X, and it's been a little while, but last week was very quiet. This week is definitely not, so there's certainly some stuff to talk about now. First, there is a brand new Memento that is Northern Pride themed, and then there's also even a gear that I want to talk about, if only for just a tiny bit. And then, of course, anniversary stuff is starting to ramp up, getting anniversary quests. There's a free daily summon for 100 things of units and mementos. And then, as usual, we'll talk about the banners. So let's start with the Memento. So this is very much in the same vein as the Greed themed Memento that was released not too long ago, where it just covers multiple units. In this case, the Pride Memento is focusing on Torito, Guilford, and Claris. And the bonuses it provides are going to vary depending on who you equip it on. For Guilford, it is emphasizing tankiness and then also speed, because it gives another 10 agility to the max limit break bonus on top of the 10 you'd already get. For Claris, you are going to get just all damage boost, water exploit, jewel spent down, and then the max limit break bonus is single target attack plus 10. And then Torito is going to get M attack single target up plus light defense unit up, and then debuff duration plus 1 for the max limit break bonus. So pretty solid overall. And then for vision abilities, Guilford is going to get a map-wide debuff and HP boost. Claris is going to get a M attack boost that goes up 75 per turn. So overall pretty solid buff to her M attack. And then Torito is going to get a magic blocking shield that will refresh at the start of her turn. In addition, a boost to maximum health. So definitely, as far as making a viable magic tank, it seems like that's the direction they're going with Torito. And then for the VCR, it is going to be equipable on all Northern Pride units, and that's worth noting just because one of the things that the VCR is going to give is jump plus 1, and that just is a pretty rare bonus to get on a gear. So if you've got a Northern Pride character and they have free space for a gear and you could make use of more mobility, that's something to think about. And aside from that, it's P attack, M attack, slash attack, and M attack power up. And then the vision ability for that is going to be elemental resistances up, and then debuff duration plus 1 until you're attacked 3 times. So that's pretty solid overall. Definitely a high value Memento, just in the case that it covers 3 units. One is 100% free to play, another one's just really good, and then the third one, of course, was in need of upgrades but is in the process of receiving them. And then now let's talk about the Silver Ring of Jealousy gear that is brand new. So the most important thing to note here is that it's an Envilia only gear. So there's a lot of units that aren't from Envilia that could have benefited from it, but the general idea is that if your HP is 70 or less, all your resistances go way up. So there's still a few units like Kanin Link version and Zine Link version that could benefit greatly from this. But it is a gacha gear, and we'll talk about that more in the banner overview. So speaking of, let's go ahead and take a look at the banners. And here we are at the banners. So let's start with the gem trap. Not too much to say about this. 888 per step. It's easy to spend a lot of gems on it, so I don't recommend doing that. But a step here and there is definitely not too bad, given that you are guaranteed to get something limited from it. Then there is the 9-step for the new Pride Memento, and as an added bonus, you can get Claris's Valentine's Memento, which is a really good one for a really good unit. So not much to say about that either. Now, I got a little more to say about this just because I think Claris is really good. You can get her on step 5 if you don't have her already, along with a decent chunk of shards. I think that's like the best breakpoint for the most people. But if you really want to get her going, you could go all the way to step 9. Now, I don't really recommend that for most people because that's a lot of gems to spend. But if you are in dire need of some Claris and you've got a couple of discount tickets lying around, then I 100% think it's worth going to step 5 to get her going. Especially if you've already got some of her mementos lying around and you just are trying to close the gap of enlightenment. Because yeah, I absolutely love her. She just nukes things all the time. She works really well with Veer, who just got a big upgrade. So if you're a fan of Thunder Magic and just Alchemic Overload in general, I have nothing but good things to say about Claris. Design, kit, everything. She is great. So next up is the gear banner. Now this one is interesting because I don't normally even talk about these, but in the case of this gear, like I said earlier in the video, for the certain NVIDIA units that can benefit from it, I will say especially if you don't have their mementos like Kanin or Zion links, then for a fraction of the cost as 9-stepping to get their memento, you could get a very tangible upgrade for those units this way. So it's definitely an exception to what I'd normally say about not worth chasing gears, that it, you know, assuming that that applies to you. Then we get to a very interesting banner just because it's a very, very good structure. I ended up doing one of these not too long ago, and I was very, very happy with the result that it gave me ultimately. So the units pictured here, on step 7, you'll get a 270 Enlightenment Shard selector for them. I did that in the past and ended up using it on Mercea, and that was a very, very good idea. She helped me clear a bunch of content with wind units using her alongside my newly upgraded Smire. Of course, Riza is another very obvious candidate for the job. If you're big into PvP and you're using Surzik, he's another good choice too. You're going to get a limited unit on every step, which is nice, and then 1,000 coins on step 7 as an added bonus. If you're working on somebody like Ophinius, somebody who's a little bit more recently came out and only just got a coin shop entry, then all the better. The only 2 units you can't get from this are the Link version of Seda and Link version of Ainz. Otherwise, everybody else is a fair game, even if the chances of any individual unit is going to be really, really low. But overall, just a very, very good banner. So if you're in the position of wanting to get somebody closer to maxed out, especially if they're Riza or Mercea, then excellent banner. Of course, the Templar one is around for the rest of the month too, so if nothing else interested you, and especially if you've been saving up the discount tickets, given that Sol just had his big upgrade, there is a decent chance that I'll end up doing 5 steps of this. If the anniversary doesn't give me something that I can use discount tickets on, and it's at the end of the month, I got 2 discount tickets already. If the next reset gives us another one, then chances are I'll be doing this and getting myself a probably Sol's first memento, just because I still haven't managed to pull it. I got the red pants and I got the kimono one more recently, so all that's left to complete my almost maxed out Sol is that recording the Commandments of Truth memento. I'm so glad it finally happened. It felt weird having an account without Sol on it, but anyway, that's an aside. That's subject matter for another video. So time to do 1 step of the 888 banner before signing off. Okay, so let's get started. It's kind of nice, just no real stakes here. It's just kind of for fun. As far as the free 100 daily summons goes, I have not really gotten anything noteworthy. I got 1 limited thing out of everything, and it was just a duplicate of Neka's Easter memento. So hopefully that's not the best thing I get ultimately. Oh, nice! That's actually pretty awesome. I have Orion. I have a decent amount of shards of him. I farmed his job plus. So yeah, that's pretty solid. I definitely wouldn't mind using him again. I've been very conservative with my shards lately. I still have a ton of rainbow shards. Definitely Nidhogg is going to be my next Thunder unit, but I might have enough between Thunder and Rainbow to just do both of them and not worry about it. It looks like that was the only noteworthy thing, but I'll definitely take that though. I really like Orion's kit. Like, I don't know how usable he'll be in like more difficult stuff, but his ability to steal stats and keep himself topped up with his ridiculously strong drain skill, it is very nice. Definitely back in the global days, I used him to solo levels, and basically as long as they couldn't burst him down immediately, he's pretty much set. So yeah, that was not too bad for 888 gems, and I get the cool Orion skin too. Alright, well that is it for now. We'll check in again on the next reset. So if you are summoning, I wish you good luck, and I will see you all next time.